close the curtains?
I think it's okay.
It's okay.
I think so.
Just a little.
What day are we? 15, huh? April 15th, year 2001. Easter Sunday in Honolulu. Okay. Okay, so let's see what's up here. It begins. I was told when I took this assignment that it would only grow in beauty and in depth and in heart, and that is all quite true. A very lovely and fond greeting unto each one here. Beloved friends, we are no strangers, are we? Ancient are the ties that connect us, and older still, the things that first brought us into being. And so we would say that I somewhat am presuming upon the acquaintance, nay, the intimacy, that I might burst in on your lovely afternoon. Were it not for the fact that I know that I'm fairly welcome, and you've all got that welcome mat out, I think, I should not have done it. But in this case, I thought it a good idea. I believe the medium did say it was an open house, didn't he? Well, I can drop in, can't I? I thought so. Why shouldn't I? Eh? Very good, very good. Well, well, well. You all are sporting lovely orders, and as such, I am delighted to be in your company. The purpose, however, of the meeting and greeting this day is for a loftier purpose, and one that I myself, well, I'm quite honored that I should be the one chosen. I'm constantly asking, why me? Why me, you know? When I see such others that have such great an ability and scope and depth, and well, it boggles the mind, if I had one. But they come, I say, the great ones, and they do it unto you, beloved. Don't think they don't. You are, all of you, from time to time asked to do certain things, and you generally do them, and you may do them, but unbeknownst to you, you're doing the will of a master. And so it goes that one should indeed follow one's feelings and inner promptings. And so you can understand, perhaps in part, the amazement that I felt, were it not for the extreme casualness that the masters are so fond of holding in their orders, that you feel quite like you're just sitting with your best friend, you know, just discussing today's weather, when you're sitting with a cosmic being. Such is the depth of intimacy and understanding of each and every one of us. Well then, it was, and of course not surprisingly, the Holy One himself, the Master Jesus, that did call to me and ask me if I would go this day and if I would speak out certain words that he felt had to be said verbally. And they are these: that he wants it understood that no one's heart has felt more pain than his own at watching the things that have been done here on these islands in his name. That he, even he, would extend the humblest and sincerest apology that ever any came calling themselves Christians to do the things that were done here. That it had nothing to do with his spirit or his love. On the contrary, again, no one felt the pain like he did. And yet, obedient to cosmic law, he had to watch and wait and allow. And so it goes, and so it continues to the present hour. That what occurred here and in many other places, but he specifically refers to this place, Hawaiian, that here, what was done here in his name was done rather by those who are quite the opposite of all those things that he stands for. That there be those unenlightened, if you will, you might call them the dark forces, that masquerading as his followers are indeed rather the spawn of the evil one himself. That they come with no love in their hearts, but only the intent to dominate. And that such is their way, and such has it been since they were blown off their own home planet of Hedron long ago. Thus created the asteroid belt betwixt Mars and Jupiter, I believe. So he had to watch whilst this whole thing was occurring, for you see, what occurs is that when it is time for a certain people to experience some cosmic lesson, well then not even a master can keep it from them, nor would he or she. It must be that it must be. When one is filled with love, aloha, then one is childlike, not childish, but childlike, humble, sincere, unassuming, and certainly not contriving and conniving and deceptive, and therefore not prepared for these things. But then it comes, and then comes the downfall, the pain, the debacle. And so it's been, and so it's been. All the master could really do was reinforce what was here by seeing to it that it would not be blotted out. And so he took special pain and effort to send his own servants again and again into Hawaiian bodies, to incarnate again and again as those that would not be stopped, that would not be buried, that would not be subjected to hatred, though it was practiced upon them and against them. And such as these have been those that you have known, some of you, and have loved, your own kupuna in some cases. Certainly the ones that have taught you, or taught the ones that taught you, or taught the ones that taught the ones that taught you. So you see, dear ones, that's the most he's been able to do, and he's continued that to the present hour. That all those who have been preservers of the beautiful Hawaiian culture, in whatever form or fashion, and that includes people right here, I dare say all of you to some degree, all of you, for your deep love of this thing, have functioned as his servants, his messengers, and his true followers. These be Christians, if Christians exist at all. Frankly, I don't like the word. But anyway, to continue. So he implored me to come and do this thing. Well, I was overwhelmed. and that mine own mission, of course, connects me with this beautiful place. And he said, who else would I send? And I thought of it, and I realized the appropriateness and the beauty of it all. He also wanted understood that, yea, some of you might have noted that things have shifted a bit. This day marks it. New cycles begin that will never again reverse themselves. So what lies beyond this, especially for people like yourselves, should bring better tidings. You might say that up till now, some of those dark forces still had held sway to some degree, even up to very recently, I should think. So come to know, dear ones, wherein lies the true heart of the Master Jesus. And come to know that anything, everything that's ever been practiced against the beautiful people of this lovely, lovely Aina, claiming to be Christians, we're not. Absolutely not. And if anything, his enemies, his adversaries, and the servants of the adversary himself. This had to be spoken. This had to be said. This apology had to be offered. Formally, though he's offered it personally to each and every one to whom he thought appropriate, whilst you were sleeping physically. And now then, it is given. But not this alone. Now, it can begin to manifest in your lives as never before. Not only those of you who happen to have Hawaiian blood running through your veins right this moment, but those of you whose souls are the very essence of aloha, who know something of that word and live it daily. Inclusive all here, and many not here. We sit in a vast concourse of souls. You don't know the many that are here lining the inner atmosphere, Hawaiians and of many, many different races and denominations, all witnessing this event. Someday, when you've regained to the world from whence you've all come, you shall be able to witness this as if it were occurring in the moment. But for the nonce, we say, let it be given, let it be offered and proffered unto every Hawaiian, whether by soul or blood, that the Master would extend his hand in apology and say that what has been done in his name, he will see to it personally that shall be reversed, undone, and that compensation shall go forth in the ways which are most appropriate and perhaps in which you most might need them. And last but not least, he says, and let it be understood that the payment that I give is love. There is no greater payment. It comes to all. And with that, he kissed me and said, go now, go sweet dove, land and perch on the shoulder of that other one, and speak the words, and let it be known unto all that I am in love with you. Miki aloha pumeana. I can see why he stopped what we were doing, so we could all have that very sweet message.
seeing him.
Right. Yeah.
It's real nice.
Yeah. Yeah, a lot of people will see that, the superimposing of it.
Mhm.
Well, anyway, that's that. It is given. So,
Beautiful. It's beautiful.
you know.